too, but Dustin, I think, definitely drives the furthest for anybody that I know to commute to work. How many miles is it, and how long does it take? 60 miles. Nobody goes more than 60 miles here, right? Nobody travels. Okay, who's like the shortest distance? How many miles to get to work?
From my house to my office,
yes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Oh man, that is great.
But I drive all over everywhere. I have to drive to LA after this, so you know, it works out somehow that I still drive a lot.
But Dustin is here. Isn't that crazy? He's always here. It's always very faithful in his attendance.
Thank you.
So we love that. So I'm going to start out with some gratitudes and shout outs, and I'm going to shout out Dustin for being here, driving 60 miles.
And not getting a ticket.
Not getting a ticket. I'm not going to really say what he does to get here on time at times. He's probably a bad influence. Allegedly. Nothing's been proven yet, but I mean, props to this guy. I hear from agents all the time that, you know, oh, Dustin's great. And by the way, too, Dustin, I mean, he's not a newbie in this business. He's been doing this business for a long time. Is a partner and owner, operator of his business. So he's not answering to anybody, but he looks in the mirror and says, "Do you approve?" I don't know. He does things like that, right? So let's give it up for Dustin for being here. So we want to give some more gratitudes and shout outs. I think it's important for us to give gratitude at all times. And maybe it's somebody in this room, maybe it's somebody not in this room. Who can we give a good gratitude and shout out to? Someone that just helped us out this past week. Someone that was there for us. Go ahead.
Dustin. I mean, it's not Dustin, right?
Grant. That's okay. That's
I
okay.
was thinking about it.
Yeah.
He was helping on the last, what is that, Red Day?
Red Day, yeah.
Wow, surprised, you know. He did work so hard and
Oh, let's give it up for Grant. Grant was putting those muscles to work. No, he was pulling out weeds, and you know, he was really putting in a lot of work. So, and we're going to show a little bit of some footage from our Red Day for those of you guys that missed, because I want to create some FOMO for you guys. We had so much fun. It was so much fun. Any other gratitudes or shout outs? Yes, Karina.
I want to shout out to actually 3 people, Grant, Heather, and John D'Amico. They've been so helpful this last few days. I have a listing coming up in Torrance, and they've been so supportive. Like, John came with me yesterday to a listing appointment. Grant gave me lots of paperwork right away, within a couple hours. So did Heather, and just really grateful for all of them.
Awesome, let's give it up for Grant, Heather, and John, and also to Karina. I want you to pitch that listing a little bit later, so congrats on that as well. Marie, you got something.
Well, everybody's helpful, but I wanted to say Heather, because she saved me on these flyers and last minute, and I was really grateful for what she's done. So.
We're gonna give it up for Heather again. Heather's great.
I want to do a little meta gratitude. I am grateful for, I feel your guys' gratitude all the time. It's not just on Tuesday mornings. It's throughout the week you guys express it to me, and I am so grateful to work in a place where I feel that every day.
Oh, for sure, yes. Give it up to everybody for giving it up to Heather. Yes, Betty.
We really have a good office, okay? Richard, you're number 1.
Oh.
Paige, number 2. Heather, number 3. You guys always give a very positive energy. I just have to say that, okay? I don't mean in that sequence, okay? But
Right, in no particular order.
that's what I mean. But you guys don't say, "Oh, you didn't know that?" Oh, you know, Heather helped me connect with Gemini. I'm a pole professional. I don't get messages like you over your limit anymore. And I have impressed a lot of young generation. They say, "Wow, you're really ahead of us too." So
Yeah.
I'm very thankful. And Dustin is great. Okay, I wish I had more business for him. He does so much for us. I'm trying, okay, but anyway, he gives it to the office so much. and Grant is always there.
Yes.
Okay, even he say you can do this yourself, I still say, Grant, can you help me, okay? So, I'm having an open house, he already have this.
You got the open house supplies. There you go. Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Betty. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all our employees, our supporters, and our staff, of course. All right, anybody else? This is great. Like, doesn't this feel good to start off with this? Baylor, did you expect this?
No, this is great.
It's just a gratitude fest here. This is what we do. This is what we do. All right, we got some new listings coming up. These are listings that are coming up on the market, and a lot of them might be on your broker sheets too as well. So broker tours, we not a broker tour today, but Tim Lester's got a plot of land, Lake Arrowhead, $20,000. There are about 20 people here. You guys want to pitch in $1,000 each? I know I always make that joke.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, another one. Maggie and Paige, the South Bay team, 2246 Stonewood Court, 769-900. I almost called you Maggie. Paige, what can you tell us about this one?
We just remodeled the floor and the kitchen, so it's nice and clean. There used to be tenants in there, but it's vacant, so come take a look. And I think we are going to reduce the price this upcoming week, so look out for that.
I was gonna say it's a great price.
There
The
is
prices have
another,
come down.
yeah, there's, someone else has one that's listed like 10,000 lower and it's a little bit nicer. So we want to make sure that we can compete with that one. So.
Awesome, congrats on that. Michelle's got one, a lease in San Pedro on 11th Street. Oh, that looks really nice. For $33.95. Oh, this wasn't on. David's got a lease in San Pedro for $38.95, a duplex. Stephen Haw, $2.295 million in RPV on Brown Deer Lane. Betty, do you know anything about this one? You can share? Stephen's listing?
It's a beautiful listing.
I definitely. Is he having a broker tour today on this one?
Not be there, but I'm sure Cindy will be there.
Okay.
It's a very flat lot, because I went on the listing appointment and they told me that they had made a decision with Stephen Haw, so I didn't get the listing, but it's really a great flat lot.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's 10 or 11,000 square foot lot.
Oh, awesome.
It's really updated inside.
Really updated?
Yeah, they redid
Okay,
it.
awesome. So check that one out. Maureen's got one, 27837 Long Hill Drive in RPV, one right under $2 million. Look at that 5-bedroom house. Maureen,
Yeah,
can you share with us about this one?
Yeah, it's 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, but it's functioning right now as a 4-bedroom with expanded primary suite that can be used as a nursery or office, sitting room, but they could always put it back, convert it back to the fifth bedroom. The pool is to die for. It's a beautiful yard. It has, you know, I said traditional, but I think it has, I've been told that it has a mid-century motif a little bit and a California ranch, so I don't know where I got traditional, but whatever. It's 2440 square feet, and, you know, it has carpeting. It can be up, that's about the only thing I can see that needs to maybe update to people's preference, but it's a great family home. Great family home. It will be open 11 to 1 today. 11 to 1 today, so make sure you check that one out today on your broker tours. Young Lee's got one, Magnolia Place, Harbor City is so cute. She's a top producer, and she comes to my office, I got a listing. She's excited. So for $889, so check that one out. Karen's got one in Torrance, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It looks pretty big actually. Oh, yeah, it does.
For $379, Lee, anything you know about this one?
Not too much. It has, I believe, 2 parking spaces. It's nice and clean, new kitchen, newer bathroom, nice floors. Great price for somebody just looking, first-time buyer.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah.
Gated community.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got Rolling Hills, so Stephen Haw, Betty, you got 14, I don't know, how do you say that name, Betty? Georgiev, okay. AI or not AI? That's real.
Real,
That looks like it's real. Come on, this is Southern California.
yeah.
That's amazing. Tell us about this one.
It's beautiful, beautiful one-level home, and one of the lowest in Rolling Hill. please come by because they don't allow broker open in Rolling Hill, so if you can come by to support us, that would be wonderful.
Okay, so it's not on the list, but you guys are gonna be there
No,
today?
it is.
Oh, it is on the list. Okay, so we're gonna go by there today. Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
David Short's got one, a 3.59 million, 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. I mean, this photo looks pretty good, but it doesn't do it justice. It looks really, really fantastic. So that's going to be on the broker tour today as well. So make sure you check that one out. Closings. We got a few closings this past week. 3,400 on Alicia. She did a lease listing or lease transaction in RPV. Judy, she closed on 1.15 million in Torrance. Sandra closed one in Compton, 607. Alice, remember this one? She closed this 150K, not with the building included. That's just a rendering in San Pedro. Janet closed on a lease for 4,300. Awesome! Congrats to everybody there for their closings. Needs and wants. Any buyer needs, any upcoming listings that we can share. Anybody have anything? Betty, go ahead.
I just want to know, do you feel there are more listings coming up?
Just in general?
Yeah.
Yes.
More, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people, they're waiting for June, July to, when the school over. I think we try to tell the seller to put on the market sooner before you get into all the competition.
Well, for a lot of, I don't know what PV and Peninsula schedule's like, but is this finals week? Probably this week or next week?
I think they're not like
You're not in
first week.
high school anymore, Heather. I know. I'm just asking if you know or
I
not.
think it's like
Early
first week of June.
Yeah.
First week of June? Okay, because my son's school is, like, this is finals week for them. So this is right around the time, I mean, families, they just want to get their kids done with school. And they're like, all right, let's schedule it the week right after. So I think you're going to see a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one in Ridge Cove, Ridge Club, 2-bedroom townhouse.
Okay?
But it's so, tenants there is so, this is not work, it's just not good for showing, but I'm trying to find a way to start marketing.
Okay.
It's a challenge, let's put it this way.
Let us know how we can help you. We're here to help.
Can you help me move?
Karina, you had something?
Yes, we have a great opportunity coming up in South Torrance, literally steps away from Lagos Echo Park. If you know that area, it's a wonderful flood park. I used to drive there. This is just walking distance. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single story. It is move-in ready, and it's something where you could move in and then fix it to your heart's delight as you live there. And it's a great flat lot, just over 6,000 square foot lot. It's a great opportunity. We'll be putting it on the market second week of June. So it's coming up, and I'm excited about it. It's a really great opportunity. We're still determining the price, really closely watching the market. Right now in that area, there's nothing that's, that single story home that's under 1.5. I think there's one that's 1.499. So we will be pricing it competitively under 1.5. That's all I want to say right now. But we're just closely, trying to figure out the best price to go live.
Awesome. Congrats on that. So let's give her a hand for that one. Good. Anybody else? Any other needs or wants? No? Oh, Maureen.
Yeah, I have a lease that's going to be finally available at 12 Martingale, July 15th. So if you know anybody, it has a guest studio and a guest house studio. And it's 3 bedrooms. The house itself is 3 bedrooms. It's small, it's 1,500 square feet, but it's a tremendous land and it's extremely pet friendly. You could have like 4 or 5 pets. So it's will be available July 15th for $67.50.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right, Dustin.
Yeah.
What do you got for us today?
All kinds of fun stuff.
There you go.
At first, I just want to acknowledge, can I have the clicker? Perfect. You know, all the gratitude I saw, I heard a lot of it today. And I was speaking with someone yesterday. You guys know that I'm a bereaved parent. I was speaking with another one, and we were talking about how the human race has only advanced as far as we have out of love, kindness, and cooperation. So, you know, I'm human too. We get frustrated. We got things going on in our lives, but the more kind that we can be to each other and give gratitude for all the things that we already have, the better life will be for all of us together as a group, and we're all interconnected, so let's be kind to each other. All right, that's it. Okay. You know, this morning I actually have nothing but bad news to share in the first half, all right, just to prepare you, right? So last week, has anyone heard anything about the inflation reports, job reports, and the sky is falling, Iran's not agreeing, you know, all these things, interest rates shot up, yeah, are they going to go up? No, they did. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that briefly, but I'm not going to get lost in the sauce with you guys. I'm going to keep it really simple and an explainable way so that you can take enough to be dangerous with in future conversations with your clients. And so a couple of things we're going to talk about is the jobs reports, and then we're going to talk about inflation. Why? Because the Fed has two mandates. Most of you in this room have heard me talk throughout the years. Anyone want to call out what those two mandates are? Or at least one of them? Take a guess. Oh, come on, I'm going to put you all on the spot. What's one thing the Fed wants to do?
Slow inflation?
Yeah, they want to have inflation down to 2%, thanks Lee. The other one is they want maximum employment. But if you have a lot of inflation, like adding fuel to a fire, do we want to have more jobs? Not necessarily. So the ADP jobs report came out. We'll not skip over all of this and just share with you the highlight that there was 109,000 jobs versus 85 is the expectation. For the BLS report, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there was an expectation of 60,000 jobs and there was 115,000 jobs. That's pretty significant as well. And when we look at the consumer price index as far as inflation is concerned on a month-over-month basis, it increased from 3.3 to 3.8%. These are all the reasons why. Most importantly, I can share with you airline fares at 20%. That's pretty significant. And anyone want to take a guess as to why that is?
Fuel.
Two reasons. Fuel, and what season are we walking into?
Summer.
Summertime, and most people go on travel. Producer price index, this is the cost of goods to manufacture the cost of goods that you and I purchase on a day-to-day basis. This one was just, you know, a ruiner of my morning, the morning that it came out. On a month-over-month basis, it increased by 1.4%. Year over year, it's at 6%. The estimates were 4.9%. So, like, it's 3x. That's really significant. And the reason why this is an important thing to share with you this morning is that this is a barometer of what's to come with future inflation. If the manufacturers have more costs to manufacture stuff, who are they going to pass the cost on to eventually? You, right? And me. That's exactly right. So in the next slide, increasing money supply. So this is where it gets kind of interesting, and I'm not going to geek out on you, but I think it's important to talk about this. So increasing the money supply. Can you guys see a trend here? I kind of helped you out with this big yellow line. The Feds started injecting $40 billion a month into the banking system in December, and they were going to continue doing this through 2026. And so we've seen a skyrocket of money that's come through. And the reason for that is they want to prop up the economy. We know that we're in difficult times, but they don't want to do it in the most unpopular way, which is just to print money. So what's another way to print money without printing money? Give money to the banks. If the banks have money that they're sitting on, they don't want to pay for it. They want to make interest on it, right? So lending standards are becoming more relaxed. Non-QM loans are growing with popularity. And then a chart that I didn't want to put together for you guys, but I can explain, is the margin that we make money on, right? So if a rate for a 10-year bond is at 4.5%, then we're going to tack on 2.5% to make our premium as a bank, right? So take 4.5 plus 2.5. What interest rate do we have, you guys? 7%. 7%. But no, that's okay. That's okay. We're all following along with the theme of it, right? So the margin right now on interest rates is 1.92%. So we're seeing compression. So instead of having a 7% interest rate or a 7.5% interest rate, which is where rates should be right now based on all this bad news I shared with you, the average 30-year fixed interest rate is hovering right at about 6.5 to 6.75%, depending on your client's specific situation. And on a week-over-week basis, as I was sharing with you guys, interest rates increased by 0.25 to 0.375%. Just so you guys know, a fun fact behind that, like what does that really mean? Because I don't like talking about rates as much as I like talking about payments, right? That equates basically to the erosion of $25,000 in purchasing power and equates to around $120 in an increase in a monthly payment. And so that puts a lot of people on the fence, right? Where they say they want to wait and see what happens. But you guys know what that means to me, right? When someone says, I want to wait and see what happens, well, what am I hearing when they say that?
They think rates are gonna go down.
No, they're scared, they don't know what's going to happen. Or they think, or they think they're super smart and rates are going to go down. Fine, okay, so we'll go back to the slide I was just on in a second. This is buying now versus waiting 1 year. Brendan, I didn't ask your permission. Sorry, you're not getting paid for this, but you are the co-brand for today. This is a visual to share with you guys that if someone was to purchase a house for $1 million today, in the midst of everything that we just talked about, then the appreciation gain for Los Angeles County over the next 12 months is expected to be 5.2%. So if they bought now at a 6.5 or 6.75% interest rate, they would have $76,000 in added wealth through home appreciation. Against the other person who is going to be super smart and wait for interest rates to come down, well, right now they could purchase and their payment would be $92.49, and over a year's time they're going to save $164 because in the middle of this, right, where 3 months passes, interest rates drop to 6.375, and then in a year's time they drop by another 0.25% where interest rates are at 6, right? So one of my favorite quotes with you guys, going back to this slide, is that, Mark Twain, history doesn't rhyme, but it often, no, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. That's what it is. Boy, I messed that one up, right? So when interest rates come down, for every 0.5% that rates come down, how many more people can qualify for a loan? Half of you know this.
5 million.
2.5 million. For every 1%, it's 5 million.
Oh, okay.
I tricked you. It's okay. Have another sip of that Celsius.
Yeah.
Okay, so when that happens, you guys, that adds around $50,000 in purchasing power. So when we have more people that come to market, let's suppose that not even all 2.5 million come to market. Let's just say 5% of that 2.5 million comes to market. That's 125,000 people. What happens if they're competing against others when they're making offers on a house?
The house goes up.
That's right. They raise the offer and then appreciation accelerates. That's why there's an expectation of 5.2%. Because the situation that we're in right now as an economy is a temporary one. We are going to see interest rates come down. And what this chart shows by historicity, just to ground my claim, that over the last 70 years, we've seen depreciation by 6 years. So if you were going to bet against the champ, would that be a good idea? The champ being real estate? No.
It could be based on this. I mean, it looks like we're about to go red for the next couple of years. It's going down year over year.
Yeah, all right, cool. Let's talk about that. So why would you and I be talking about the buying or selling of a house, right? I'm a seller. I want to sell my house. There's a reason for it, right?
I mean, I'm just like trying to think about, coming at it with a different angle. I'm trying to get people to do seller carry because rates are ridiculous. And I don't think it's going to improve next year. I don't think things are going to improve the next 18 to 24 months.
What's your grounding with that?
I think if we come out of the inflation, in a year and a half, 2 years, we're going to have issues with employment. And so they'll have to increase, they'll either keep things stable, and if they don't keep things stable, I don't see how they can continuously drop rates in a flatlining market.
Okay, so what I'm listening to with that is someone that's super smart, follows the market, has a lot of philosophical orientation around it. I do too. But there's one thing I always like sharing with my clients is that you can't time the market, rather it's how much time you spend within the market, right? Most people aren't purchasing houses and staying in it for 1 year or 2, they're staying in it for 3 to 5 years or more. In fact, the average American household holds onto a 30-year fixed mortgage for 7 to 10 years. So if we are in that period for 3 to 5 years, and you're living in the asset, which takes care of one of your 4 primary human concerns, which is medical, transportation, food, and shelter, then you can still help them make a move regardless of what's happening in the market. What we want to do is have control over what we have control over, right? What decisions can we make for our families and, of course, make it as affordable as possible for ourselves. And everyone's situation is very different.
Yeah.
But that's how I would engage that.
And I don't say it to be, I'm not trying to be negative.
I don't think you're being negative. I actually like the challenge.
I'm very worried. I'm extremely worried. Because I got out of the commercial game because the math doesn't make sense. You can't make money on real estate, anything in Los Angeles or Southern California for that matter.
All right, well, if I go back to the 4 primary human concerns we talked about, that's really big, because there's actually 13 human concerns, but 4 are primary. It doesn't matter whether you live in Russia, Southern California, or Alaska. We all have those 4 concerns. It doesn't change for anybody, right? And Los Angeles, what's the 3 rules of real estate, you guys?
Location, location, location.
Okay, so location, 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 but what does that even mean? It just sounds like a cliche, right? Number 1, you live in the #1 state in the union for population, being the state of California. Number two, you're in the 4th largest economy in the entire world, being Southern California, which means that when we have recessions, things get kind of wonky. We're the first ones in and first ones out of a recession. And then number three, when you take Los Angeles County, Riverside, San Bernardino counties, and Orange County, we have more people than 43 other states' total population. We have a supply shortage and people need housing.
I mean, but we have a huge the paradigm is shifting in my mind. I feel like, and I want to talk to you directly, maybe I can have a private conversation, but I feel like, seriously, the paradigm is about to switch. Things are dramatically changing systematically in our system.
Okay, I want you in the next role play, because this is good, and you can talk privately or we can talk publicly.
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out, we're not picking on each other, right?
Yeah.
What was one thing that he just said that triggered me? I feel. When you feel something, that's one way, and that's a mood you can have, right? But how do we ground that and use it in a way that we can move our clients from conjecture and into action to take care of the concern that they really have?
But it's not necessarily a feeling, it's a fact. There's a fact. Factually, there's an affordability
Well,
issue.
I appreciate that, but you said I feel,
Yeah.
so I went there.
Fair enough.
If we go into factual data, then we can go back to these other slides and we can do that for the next.
I want you to help me with rebuttals because I'm on the phone. I've been on the phone for like 3 weeks, almost
Yeah.
every day, and these are the concerns that people are like telling me. So
Okay.
whether they feel it or whether it's a fact, who cares? But you give me rebuttals so I can bring you deals.
I love it. So I think, Richard, we just came up with our next class, which should be role play. Let's do it sometime in the next
Let's
2
do it.
weeks or so.
Sure.
So, okay, the other thing I want to leave you guys with, because I've been talking forever, real quick, go ahead.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Are these numbers accounting for inflation or not? Are they real or nominal?
Yeah, no, no, these are totally fake, I'm sorry. Yes, they're very real, they do calculate for inflation. And that's actually a really good point, because when you have inflation, the debt that you have, which is the mortgage that I gave you to purchase the house, that's deflationary, meaning the cost of that goes down. I have a house, first house I ever purchased in 2002. I bought it for $330,000. The payment on it is $1,600 a month. At the time, it was a lot of money for me, to your point, right? Here we are 20 years later, when we have 2% year-over-year inflation, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. I mean, my medical insurance now is higher than that. And I'm renting it out for $4,000 a month. So over time, that's why I say, you know, it's not about timing the market, but how much time you spend in the market. Is that helpful?
This is really, it's interesting because reading this is the shifts that I've been through, right? And it makes sense because one thing I do say is, you know, during the pandemic, which was 21, 22, 23, I always say to client, 20, 21, 22, excuse me, those 3 years, I always say to clients, who'd have thunk a worldwide virus that was killing people all over the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, turn around and we have 28% appreciation value in our home. And I'm looking at this here. This is more than 28%. This is like 30%.
I would say the home value is actually locally, depending on what zip code we're in. I mean,
I'm talking about here.
I bought a house 7 years ago in Orange County, and it's worth double.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
normal.
yeah, so that's 50, yeah. So, yeah, so this is 30 something, you know.
I think if I could add one more thing,
And
just
then I remember this when it went down from 7 to
No.
11.
Who could forget? Yes.
I did 40 deals in 2010. I did 40
Yeah.
in 2010.
Yeah.
But, you know, the value had dropped.
Sure.
Yeah.
I still have one more thing to share, but go ahead.
I saw this when you sent it out yesterday.
It's a great
I
idea.
appreciate it. It's very like it's engaging.
Yeah.
And like I was like trying to study it. And I was researching it. But I think what my overall concern were, and this is not like a hit. I'm not trying to like say one. I'm not trying to go against what you're saying because I think obviously we need lenders who understand the system, understand it is a game, and the Fed doesn't control everything. It's really the bond market that's dictating all this movement in the system.
Correct.
And when I say the paradigm is shifting, especially in Southern California, related to historical events where California's been safe for the last half century, really almost the full century, right? Guys have just done nothing but move up. But now I'm seeing, smart money say that their question is it really worth it to own a home? If you had invested in the stock market or you'd invested in even gold, which is also a tangible asset, you would have outperformed the market over the last 5 years.
I don't disagree, but what we're kind of moving away from, like what I'm here to help you guys with is narratives and how to do your number one goal, which is worldwide domination through real estate in 2026,
I
right?
get it.
So there needs to be a paradigm shift, no pun intended,
Yeah.
in your thinking and how do we do that with your clients. Of course, I mean, I could go down the rabbit hole with you about crypto and why don't you just hold on to that. Because in 2032, it's going to be $1 million a coin. Let's go buy houses then, and then you're going to see more appreciation. And then we got a divide of the haves and the have-nots, and it all becomes philosophical. But I'm just trying to bring home meaningful, relevant, and direct conversations.
I just wish, like, because obviously I talk with multiple lenders, and they're all like applying for business, and I get it, and this and that. I want to come up with, and I know there's no silver bullet, but what is the I don't want to say cliche way to like engage them on financing, but like something that has a little more like intrinsic value.
Here's what I'll leave you with.
Yeah.
Most lenders, not to poo-poo on them, because we're all competitors, we also collaborate, okay? So I say that as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but,
Yeah.
right? Just make you laugh, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We need applause signs behind me.
Yeah.
Most lenders like to talk about two things, maybe three. Interest rates, loan structures, and the thing they're best at, which is usually communication, so they say, but it's usually actually the worst thing that they're good at, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, what is my shtick, what is my thing that people want to ask me that, right? I get that question sometimes. It's all narratives, because everything we do in our lives, personally and professionally, is in narratives. I can't read your mind, you can't read mine, and the better that we can articulate what it is that we're thinking and feeling and how we can help someone in their situation, then the better off we're all going to be.
Yeah. And I'll disqualify this. I've been talking to people who are like between 30 and 40, let's say, millennials. This is what millennials are pushing back on. People my age are like, dude, screw real estate. And I want to obviously turn that around because we're in the real estate.
Sure.
Maybe call a different demographic. I would say to you, this
You
year,
okay?
we're doing amazing.
Yeah.
We're so busy, and I think Betty, like, you can say this year's picked up a lot too, you guys do a lot of business. It's been really great, so if your mindset is, let me be positive, what can I make of this, and maybe try something different.
Yeah.
Open
No,
up.
it's
You're
not-
good at
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to people.
It's
Some
not
people are
about.
so different than
I
others.
appreciate it. It's not about. I'm calling random people, so I'm talking to people of all demographics.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that my sphere, right? My sphere, the people that I'm like shoulder to shoulder every day.
Yeah.
They're talking crap on real estate.
And
So,
I'm not
15
surprised by
times.
this 1% and 25. It was like pulling teeth.
Yeah, last year was very similar.
Yeah, it was like pulling teeth in 25. And over here in 93 and 90, I remember my colleagues losing their homes back then in the 90s. And that was what, 10% interest rate?
The theme then was stay alive to 95.
Yeah, oh, okay.
That was the theme.
Yeah.
I got in the game.
Aerospace was getting hit.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's always going to be something, you guys know. It's like whack-a-mole. That's why you guys hear me say sometimes Jumanji level 7.
Yeah, no, this is really interesting.
Or 8. Or 9.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so the last thing I want to leave you with, because I've been standing up here a long time. I think it's the record. Even for
It's okay.
It's been good though, right?
Yeah.
So there's an app that's coming out, and it's so simple, I honestly can't even get it right. You guys, it's like Bring Homes to the Market Act. Something seriously called that. So who here knows what the ability to, what is it called, avoid capital gains when you're selling a house? How much is it right now? Anyone want to take a stab at it?
How much is what?
If you're single and you're selling a house, what's the max? 250. If you're married, what is it? 500.
But
Okay,
it's going up.
that's what we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Okay, so that was created in 1997. Okay, that was a long time ago, and I graduated in 97, so I feel super old. At any rate, 97 is a long time ago, and it needs revamped. We've had a ton of appreciation since then, just in, what was it, year 2000 to 2024, or somewhere in the 5-year period, homes in certain areas practically doubled in value, right? And so people are, what do we call that? What do they call it? Loan locked? They're not loan locked. They're locked to their house. What is that called?
Yeah.
I forgot the phrase. Right? It's a catchy phrase you hear on TikTok or Instagram. But they don't want to move because if they did, the cost of the capital gains that they would be exposed to is too great for them to move into this new chapter of their life. Well, there is a bill, Bring Homes to the Market bill, that is being proposed where we could double those and also make it tied to appreciation going forward. And that would be awesome. So $500,000 if you're single and $1 million if you're married. That would be very meaningful, relevant, and valuable to someone who's taking all of the equity of their house to the new place where they're trying to make the payment as low as possible because houses are so expensive now, right? Yeah. So I thought that was something I think that if that bill does not pass, there will be a similar one that will pass in the next 12 to 24 months because, again, the divide between the haves and the have-nots and to free up real estate, I feel like they have to. And if you're not printing money and you're not dropping interest rates for all kinds of other reasons, right, then these are different ways to stimulate the economy. So, okay, guys, It was fun.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Dustin. By the way, some of the we did a silly breakfast burrito video a couple months ago. Those breakfast burritos are legit.
Local.
Well, I'm gonna introduce Baylor. Where are those from?
Right there in the cove. Yeah.
Really?
Right at that little boutique.
They were great.
Yeah.
Well, let's give Baylor a hand. He's gonna come up here. So I met Baylor, was it maybe 2 weeks ago? We were in Dustin's van going around. I don't know if you remember, but he came right up to our van and started passing out business cards. And if you know me, I can always appreciate someone that does that and goes out there and looks for the business. This is a microphone that you can use, and he's going to be sharing what his business is all about.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Super stoked to be here. I got into general contracting, so I wouldn't have to public speak, but here we are. But yeah, a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Bend, Oregon, and one of, there's some kiddos here. There we go. That's my big crazy family. So I have 8 sisters, 2 brothers, and I grew up on a farm, log cabin. It was a crazy situation. My dad's super eccentric. We traveled all around the U.S. Yeah. So 1 bathroom, 8 girls, lots of negotiation. So I feel like, you guys know about that.
So you went into construction to build more bathrooms.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to have to get some bigger homes going on. An interesting concept to kind of piggyback off what you guys are saying with. It's something I bring value to, I would say, just because that conversation you guys were having was super interesting to me. I was like all ears learning stuff. But
So even though you're not in the industry, did you pick up something out of it?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. But to bring value kind of after a home is sold, a lot of like the ADUs, even I've split homes in the middle, which people are allowing, and people are renting out the back half of their home to make it happen. Is kind of an interesting way to kind of force appreciation and value in their homes. That's kind of a side tangent. But long story short, I got into my dad was in construction at the ripe age of 5. I was tagging along. He was building spec homes, so I learned he can build a house from the ground up with his own hands, and so I kind of learned every trade just all the way throughout high school. Started framing full time for a company up there in Oregon. For 4 years, became their lead framer, and was homeschooled, so kind of did schooling wherever it fit in the cracks. But then met my wife, Sabrina, and baby Jay. Well, didn't meet Jay, he came along after, but met her at a family camp. She was from down here, and so about 7 years ago, or 8 years ago now, I moved down here, dated her for a few years, got connected with a foundation specialist company here in the South Bay, and became a project manager for them, doing a lot of retrofitting, shoring, structural side for slopes. So that's kind of one of my specialties, I would say, is anything structural, especially here on the hill. Foundations, they're constantly needing to be retrofitted, shoring needs to happen, waterproofing, kind of all of that. So that's kind of one of my skill sets. But yeah, that's baby Jay, that's Sabrina. She's expecting number 2. And we're fired up about that in October 31st. So hopefully the due date gets pushed 1 more day or something, so we're not out.
October 31st?
Yeah.
It's my birthday, dude.
Oh, no way. I won't brag on it then, yeah. It's a cool day. What else? Okay, so after that, I became a project manager for a general contracting company because I was tired of being under people's houses. Still happy to do it for my own company, but I was over it because there's not a lot of sunlight down there. So I became a project manager for Watson Bros Construction and was a project manager there for 2 years, running all their projects. Eventually partnered with Mr. Watson there for the last 4 years. That's what I've been doing, partnered running his company and collecting my hours. But then this year I finally got my license and was like, you know what, this has been a great partnership, but I'm 26 and I want to go do my thing. So that's kind of how we landed here, just starting out, building my reputation, just focusing on the basics of business, which I'm sure you guys are great at, which is just like clear communication, showing up on time, with a good attitude, making things work. I love to work with realtors, and that's kind of what Watson Bros was doing, was they had some good connections with realtors, and I just saw through them how we could kind of be there to help you guys get through inspections or call to ask for advice, just to be like that friendly contractor that you just call up for any questions, pricing, just of any way we could be of service. Now, I said this in the past to a couple realtors, and then I was called for like doorknob changes. I have to say now, like the handyman stuff, I'm happy to help out where I can, but at a certain ticket, we're more set up for like custom remodels and additions, ADUs, a little bit bigger things. I guess I'm lagging with my slides, but I don't even know what's on these things. Yeah, some basic things of business. Here's a kitchen I did. It looks a little fuzzy, but lots of little details. Worked with designer, and yeah, just a lot of little intricacies that you guys probably don't care about the nitty gritty, but it was a fun one to work on, and ended up in a magazine in Newport and all that good stuff. But that being said, I am focused on the South Bay. I'm not looking to grow my business in Newport. This is kind of where I've been for the last 4 or 5 years. I know about the art jury. I know how to get things through the city, connected with architects and engineers. So this is kind of my focus, and so this is where I want to grow. Here's a bathroom. So you guys are getting kind of the picture of just kind of high-end custom work. I'm not like the biggest like value add as far as if it's just like the very cheapest.
Mounting a TV.
A little bit, yeah, I'm a little bit more pricey, and I guess I'm learning that, but I'm coming from a very high-end spot of working with houses on the Strand in Manhattan Beach and stuff like that. I'm happy to go into Torrance, I'm happy to go into San Pedro, Long Beach, but, and I'm adjusting my pricing and trying to be competitive. But I'm not maybe like the just slap paint on it and like call it good. We do really high-end work. So got mold certified just because I saw people were just taking advantage. It felt like I got charged by a mold guy, and I was like, that is ridiculous. And so I just got my license. I cut everyone's mold prices in half because it's a bit of a racket, and they're just kind of using fear to spike prices, which, whatever, it's all good. They do their thing. I just feel like I can provide value at a much cheaper cost for that. So I got that certification. Happy to check out your mold issues if you have them. Here's one. I built a second story on top of the old 1920s home. Worked in a historic district, and it was a pain in the butt, but it was also a fun challenge. Here's kind of examples of retrofitting. You guys know all about this, especially here on the hill. So my 5 to 7 minutes are probably getting close to close, but I'm happy to meet with any of you guys. Like I said, I just want to be the go-to guy, be helpful, friendly, and try to make you guys look good in front of the client.
I have a couple questions. So
Yeah,
do you
shoot for it.
so if I have foundation issues, you'll come and do a foundation inspection?
Yeah, so foundation inspections specifically, we'll always do for free at any time.
Oh, wow.
We'll be
Yeah.
there in 24 hours. So that's the type of thing. Most people charge, but
Well, you start getting like Alpha Structural that wants like $1,000 now
Yeah.
to come out and do it. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
I know, just to
And
look at
usually,
it too.
you're gonna get the work.
Yeah.
So it's a, you know,
Well,
the most.
that was
of the
my
time-
thinking. That's why
Yeah,
like, this
you
seems
know.
like a no-brainer. It's an hour, and I potentially get the work. I'm happy to do it. So.
What's the average cost of building an ADU, like converting a garage right now?
Average cost is probably low end is $250 a square foot, and then high end it can go all the way up if it's on a slope and it gets all tricky up to like 400. That's kind of your range. So square footage cost.
Yeah, I have a question. If you had a house, a large compound, and you wanted to split it into 2 units, and not designate it as an ADU, is that something that you could get permitted, that you could do?
You can, yeah. There's just certain aspects of like what you can wall off and utilities. It's a little tricky, but like I said, I've done it multiple times.
Okay.
So people do get creative with that. My friend is actually cash flowing, which is hard to do in this market, pretty well doing that. So.
The homes in PV Drive South, the Landslar area, do you actually have a service where you lift the home?
Yeah, that kind of goes along with like the foundation. We
Okay.
can jack up a corner of the home if it's like falling off,
Right.
and
the city
we'll
allows
build
it.
concrete underneath it.
Yeah,
Again, yeah, it has to go through the
Just
city, get permitted, all that good stuff.
yeah, because they're limiting
They are.
They were talking, you can do repairs.
Yeah.
Because I have a client interested, but they did get a bid and it was quite high, so. maybe
That's
that-
typical, yeah. But, yeah,
That was
people that have been in
beforehand.
it, yeah, the people who've been in it for a long time, they can kind of just start throwing numbers out there. And I'm still at the very competitive stage, so.
Okay, I'll keep you in mind.
Okay.
But here's the thing, he didn't come out and say, by the way, we'll beat anybody's price, we'll be the cheapest. I mean, does that worry you a little bit when someone says that?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
not-
appreciate
yeah.
him saying he does quality work, because I can't tell you how many times we hire people and you're like, this is shit, you know?
Yeah, you would think it's expected in construction. I almost like failed to mention it because in my head it's kind of like, well, dude, that's like your work. That's literally what you do for
Yeah.
a living, and you're okay with it just looking like
Yeah.
a nerd. So it's almost like in my head it's very expected, but apparently I'll come in half the time and clean up other people's. So I guess it's a thing.
So if we do have an issue on an inspection report, we can collaborate with you to get
Yeah. So
a quote so that we can go in and negotiate.
totally, those are very time consuming for me, to be frank, but I think it's my way of adding value to you guys so that I'm a great reference for you, for the client. So I do that, and I'm happy to do that. So it is one of those things that I'm not going to make a lot of money on, but it's going to get you guys through escrow. So yeah. Mhm.
Good to know.
Great, yeah, that was actually my question.
Yeah. Send them over.
Anything else for, by the way, Baylor's his middle name, so if you saw Chadwick on that
Yeah.
certificate, that's still him.
Yeah,
Chadwick
that's
is-
I'm
yeah.
not just using some random guy's mold certificate. Yeah, it's Chadwick Baylor Johnson, but I go by Baylor, so keep it simple. Baylor Construction.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you so much. I wanted to just clear that up.
Thank you.
All right. We got some events. Oh, so get his
Yeah.
info. He's going to be a great resource. I think one of the things that we've got to do is we have to have construction guys in our phones to call. Upcoming events, a lot of fun things. And before we start this, a lot of us joined us for Red Day. Thank you for coming out. It's our one day out of the year. We close down our offices and we give back to the community. So I'm going to share this quick video.
With a little love and some tenderness, we'll walk upon the water, we'll rise above the mist. With a little peace and some harmony, we'll take the world together, we'll take them by the hand. 'Cause I got a hand for you. Standing there, your head was down, your eyes were red. No comb, I touched your hair. I said, get up and let me see you smile. We'll take a walk together, walk the road a while. 'Cause I got a hand for you, I got a hand for you. I wanna run with you, won't you let me run with you?
So we want to create FOMO for you guys. If you weren't able to make it, that's okay. But we want you to make sure that we put it in your hearts and your minds for next year. We were there with the Palos Verdes Land Conservancy. I promise you, I was there. We watered plants, we pulled weeds. It was a whole lot of fun. It's the same time of year every year, mid-May. So that's Red Day for you. Office is closed Memorial Day. That's this coming Monday. So you guys know what Memorial Day is not about, just grilling burgers or anything like that, but it's just honoring, recognizing those that have served our country for our freedom. AI and KW command class happening right after this, right up here in the front. It's always been really good with Grant, so make sure you stick around for that. This is going to be a cool event. Cody Gibson, how many of you guys know Cody Gibson?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I mean, he's one of the top real estate agents, leaders in the world. He's built a huge business, United Home Group. Started off doing real estate in Alaska. If you can sell real estate in Alaska, you can sell real estate anywhere. Then is now in Portland, Oregon, but he has an expansion teams all over the country, including Los Angeles. But he's also the head of MAPS coaching with KW. I would say up there as one of the top 3 speakers in real estate. He's not just a good speaker, but he actually comes with a lot of value and a lot of experience. The only downside is this in Van Nuys. It's about an hour and a half away. If we can get enough people interested in going, we are gonna, if we can get about like 10 to 15 people, I think we're gonna get a van to leave here from the office. So we just meet it here at the office. So we're gonna get some signups just to get some interest. And how many of you guys, if you guys could get a van or ride in a van, would you guys be willing to go?
I'm going out of town. I was thinking, it looks interesting, I'd go.
Okay, Maureen and I will be in a van. All right. Well, consider going to this. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be like, all morning, so it'll be great. King of the Hill, our softball tournament, has been postponed.
What?
More than likely just another month. But I believe they are still practicing. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up. You'll get group text messages on practices. We do need a few more women to play. By the way, we are the reigning champions. So we want to defend our title. It's going to hurt and sting if anybody else beats us. We cannot lose, guys. All right, comedy night. Again, just like for Red Day, we want to give back to the community. We want to give back to good causes. KW Cares is a great, great, wonderful cause that KW has. If you don't know much about KW Cares, talk to me about it. It's a great, great organization. And we're doing a comedy night, June 18th in Hermosa Beach. It's a real comedy club. We're going to go. We're going to have a good time. $25 a ticket, and 100% of that goes to KW Cares. 100% of that. You just have to buy food and drinks. So come out to that. But by the way, do you guys know that I used to work at a bank?
No.
But I got fired because a lady asked me to check her balance and I pushed her. Sorry, that was my joke of the week. I'm telling a joke every week, every time the slide comes up. Was that just not a good joke?
That one went right over my head.
I pushed her.
I had to think about it.
She check her balance. Grant, you like that?
Oh, I didn't get it.
I think you guys thought I really worked at a bank. I've never worked at a bank. Heather, do you want to share about open house coverage? Come on up.
Okay. I wanted to introduce a new program for you guys. A lot of people come to me saying, hey, I'm open to do an open house this weekend. Can you send out a blast letting listing agents know that I'm available? I'm going to streamline the process now. If you are available to host or sit an open house and you want it to be blasted out, let me know by Tuesday, and I will be sending out an email on Wednesday. So listing agents, if you're looking for someone to host your open house, look out for this email on Wednesday. It'll be a list of anybody who's expressed interest and availability for that weekend. So I hope this streamlines things and is a great resource for new agents, available agents, and listing agents.
And maybe we can even put streamline it to WhatsApp, to the WhatsApp group.
Okay, sure.
So South Bay agents, Long Beach agents, they might have open houses around here too.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And then the person who wants to hold an open house where the preference of the city would be the South Bay, Orange County, Calabasas,
Yeah, sure. Just
you know what I'm saying?
let me know if you're where you're open to hosting, and I'll put it all in the email.
Yeah. And we really want you to have the open house signs, to do it, because sometimes, I've been asked for open house coverage, and they say, oh, but I don't have signs. You have signs that I can borrow. And as a listing agent, you're kind of like, wait, what do you mean? But if you don't have signs quite yet, we do have some signs here at the Market Center that you can borrow. You can check out, just like a library book, 10 cents for every day that it's overdue. Like a library book. Just joking. Rough crowd today.
You're in the comment today.
It's a tough crowd today. Baylor's going to get my business. We want to welcome Mana, by the way. Mana's here. We're just so glad that she joined us. She she was at a smaller independent brokerage, but she just joined us. And Mana, is there something that you can share with us, just a little bit about you?
Hi, my name is Mana Katayama. I just joined this brokerage since 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was, before real estate, I was in beauty industry for 15 years. And I still own my beauty salon in Culver City. And I still need to go to work once a week. But my main focus now is real estate. And I hope to fully transition my career into real estate industry. And so also I have my 3 kids, mom. I'm a mom of 3 kids, so kind of busy every day.
Yeah. Your daughter was here too last week. It was very cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're having so much fun.
Actually, her birthday is next Monday, the Memorial Day.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Happy birthday.
Yeah. And then I've been licensed for only a year, and then I worked Japanese brokerage and local brokerage before, and I have experience with these transactions only. So, but I need to, I don't have experience with sales transactions yet. So, please let me know. So that is good opportunity for the open house. So I would love to help and gain experience. So please, anyone is willing to let me join open house, please let me know. Thank you so
awesome.
much.
For sure. Thank you, Mana. Welcome. Welcome so much. And she goes by Mana also, right? You call her
So
Mana.
please call me Mana.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna save this for next week. We're gonna do a mastermind next week on reviews and referrals. I've got some scripts. I've got some resources for us to do when it comes to getting reviews. I mean, you guys want to get reviews, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, we want to get reviews. And even for new agents, it is possible for you to get several reviews. I've been able to figure out some other ways to get that as well, and also to get referral business. So make sure you guys come next week so that we can get it. And thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to have some broker tours after this. A quick selfie, guys, before we go. Quick selfie, guys. Here we go. Let's all look up here. Can I get everybody? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.